What is going on YouTube? So I decided I'm going to do a little gear review because I needed another poncho. This one here on the right is my old military GI poncho. US military, by the way, in case anybody's wondering. And it's kind of been the standard poncho for me forever. If you know anything about them, they're extremely good quality. They take tons of abuse and keep going. But lately, finding one has become just terrible. I've been to surplus stores, gun shows, all over the place. I just can't seem to find them. Nobody seems to have them. I don't know what's going on, but good luck finding a USGI Poncho. Oh, wait a minute. I did find one, but it had holes in it. And we're not talking like small holes. We're talking like somebody put out a cigarette on it, and I wasn't about to give them what they wanted for that. Now, so I started looking on Amazon, reading reviews, watching videos on YouTube, and for some reason, every video that I could find on YouTube where somebody would talk about a poncho, they would never compare it to anything I knew. I know the military, US military poncho. I don't know any of these other brands people talk about. So I decided to kind of take a chance, and I ordered this Mil-Tec poncho for one of my bags. And well, so we're going to do a review on it. We're going to compare it to a USGI poncho, and we'll go from there. So I guess we'll start first with the USGI poncho and what makes it so great. So this is how I store my poncho. I just roll it up, and I use our Canadian jam knot, also known as an arbor knot, to put this piece of cord on there like a zip tie. So, USGI poncho. First of all, it's a ripstop, and it's got this coating on it. And with the USGI poncho, it doesn't feel like they're 100% waterproof 100% of the time. Sometimes you got to get some Scotch Guard and give them a little bit of treatment. That might be due to its age, but great stuff. These heavy-duty snaps, which allow you to snap up the sides for an armhole, or you can take two ponchos, tie off the hoods, and snap them together to create a shelter. I use my poncho for its intended purpose, plus I string it up and make like a little lean-to sometimes if it's raining. Got really nice heavy-duty grommets on it. Good stitching. This one I bought back in 1990, I want to say 94, 95, because it was right after I got out of the military. So it was somewhere in that time frame. I bought it at a surplus store, and it was like brand new then, and even with all my use, it's still like brand new. And they're very big and very roomy, okay? So, that's what this Mil-Tec has got to live up to. So let's see what we're dealing with here. So first of all, they give you this little bag. Okay, trying to get it out of the bag. Holy crap, that's crammed in there. Okay, they give you this little goofy bag, and give you a close-up of the tag and what's on the back. And I guess Mil-Tec is a brand of a German company. I'm not sure if they're made in Germany. In fact, I'm not sure where they're made. I couldn't find any info, and I looked and I looked and I looked. I went to their website and I looked. So, on first blush, looking at it, it's very shiny compared to a USGI poncho, which is kind of drab. Isn't a total, it doesn't totally make me want to say, oh, this is junk, but it's kind of disappointing. But hey, whatever. It has these goofy lines on it, which are like shoelaces, short shoelaces. I guess that's to help you do a shelter, but these things are going to come off here. I'm going to use them as drip lines for my hammock. So there's the coating on this one. It's very olive drab and against the woodland on the outside. So very different than the GI. The GI's coating is very transparent. So, okay, now for some specs. It's 100% polyester, polyvinyl coated, ripstop fabric. Dimensions are 210 by 150 centimeters, weight 780 grams. So, that's the only specs, and that's directly from Mil-Tec's website. And like I said, they don't give a country where these are made. I suspect they're probably made in Asia somewhere, simply because they have a lot of talk on their website about global materials and global manufacturing partners. And when a company won't come right out and say, yes, it's made in Germany, yes, it's made in America, yes, it's made in Canada, when they don't do that, it's usually somewhere in Asia. So, it is what it is. I don't think it's terrible. It's kind of okay. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to lay out both ponchos on the ground, side by side, spread them out, and we're going to see if they're of similar size, because I can't remember the exact dimensions of the USGI poncho. Here's both ponchos, side by side. To your left is the USGI Poncho, which we're looking at right now. To the right is the Mil-Tec. It looks to me like they're the same physical dimensions, roughly. And as you can see, the color difference between the two. The USGI Poncho on the left versus the Mil-Tec on the right, you definitely see the color difference. And like I said, that Mil-Tec fabric, it's got a little bit of a shine to it, whereas the GI is a little bit more drab. So if your goal is to help blend in, the USGI is probably the better bet. Not saying that I'd throw the Mil-Tec away, but definitely a big difference. There's no sure lock on the drawstring for the hood. That's kind of cheap. I don't like that. When you come over here to the GI, it's actually got a cord lock, and that's original equipment. So it looks like that's something I'm going to have to upgrade on the Mil-Tec one. So there's what they got in the corner, and just says poncho, wet weather, 100% polyester, ripstop, polyvinyl coated, multi-purpose poncho, rain garment, ground sheet blanket, sleeping bag cover, snap two long edges together for tent, or snap two ponchos together as sidewalls. Yada yada yada. And then this is just 100% polyester in about a dozen or more languages. Is the grommets and snaps. The grommets between the two look very much alike. Seems robust. This is the USGI. This is the Mil-Tec. They look to be the same size physically. Time will tell whether or not they'll hold up. The snaps, same thing. Look to be the same size, same type of configuration. Whether or not they hold up over time, we will see. Looking at the back side of the Mil-Tec, it does have a similar setup to the USGI, which is these tabs and this cord. And that's used to cinch it up tighter around your body. I do like seeing that all the stitching here was taped off, so I guess it's going to be somewhat water resistant, which is nice. And it's got that shoelace type cord. I don't really use this feature even on the USGI, so I'm going to probably take that off and not use it. So since we don't have any rain, I decided to do a water resistance test. On the left we got the Mil-Tec, on the right we got the USGI. So let's go. As you can see on the GI, it runs right off, beads up nicely. On the Mil-Tec, same thing. So I'd say they're pretty equally water resistant. So in closing, what do I think of the Mil-Tec poncho? I don't think it's terrible. I don't even think it's bad. I think it's okay. And that's pretty decent. The USGI Poncho to me is the gold standard. If anything, I would say the Mil-Tec is a not quite silver, but a runner-up for silver. What would that be? Bronze in the Olympic terms? Maybe a bronze medalist. So I think it'll function fine. I think it's fine for the money, but it's definitely not the gold standard. So links for the Amazon page where I bought the Mil-Tec is down in the description. And hey, if you like this, give me a thumbs up. If not, oh well. But I'll see you guys next video.